Uzi Vert paid a whopping $24 million to get a pink diamond drilled into his forehead. But what if I told you that doesn't even scratch the surface of the dumbest purchases rappers have made over the years? To start this list off, we have rapper Birdman, also known as Brian Williams. Birdman, alongside Lil Wayne, took over the rap industry with his label Young Money. If you know anything about rap, you know that Young Money at the time was running the game, so much so that Birdman felt like he was on the competition. Birdman made headlines for purchasing a solid gold toilet worth a staggering $1 million. That's one way to flush your money down the toilet, and trust me, this list only gets crazier because you won't believe what Drake spent money on. In his collaboration song with Future called Where Ya At, Drake is quoted saying he would buy the neighbor's house if they complained about the noise. When this song came out, of course, people didn't take this bar literal. In fact, it just seemed like a nice flex, saying that he has the money to do so if he please. But as it turns out, Drake is actually a man of his word, and he spent $2.85 million to buy a home near his mansion. Drake's lifestyle is definitely wild and loud, so I can only imagine his neighbors kind of being annoyed with him, and maybe they heard the song and just wanted to test his gangster, but he's a man of his word, and he dropped a smooth $2.85 million like it was nothing. Needless to say, the next time Drake has an offer in one of his songs, somebody's gonna hop on it. The same exact way that Kanye West hopped on the opportunity to date Kim Kardashian. Even though we all know that this was a really stupid decision, love is blinding, and Kanye was blinded by love. And listen, love will have you doing some crazy things, which leads us to the stupid purchase that Kanye made for his wife, Kim. Kanye spent a whopping $136,000 on flowers. Yes, you heard that right. He spent 100 grand on some flowers of all things, something that you can go buy for $20 at Publix. He could have went out and bought her a luxury supercar at that price, but guess what? He decided to go old school and get her some flowers. And I do like where the gesture came from. It seems like it had a nice thought, but the ideology of spending $136,000 on some flowers is just absolutely insane to me. But it's not as insane as the gift that Iggy Azalea bought for her at the time boyfriend Nick Young, aka Swaggy P. Back in 2014, when the two were dating, Iggy thought it would be a good idea to surprise her boyfriend for Christmas with a 1962 Chevy Impala. This nice and expensive gesture would turn out to be one of Nick Young's favorite gifts that he had ever received. And while Nick Young did love and appreciate the gift, he didn't love and appreciate her cheating on her multiple times and moving on from her relatively quickly. Imagine going out and buying someone a nice car just to find out that while you were in the process of doing that, they were out cheating on you. And to make matters even worse, she was down to stay with him and he still dumped her. If that's not the definition of city boys being up, then I don't know what is. But I really want to know what's up with the game and what possessed him to make this stupid purchase. Because back in 2013, rapper The Game went out and bought his son a $100,000 Bentley GT toy car. Yes, a toy car for $100,000. This car had 150 carats worth of diamonds inside of it, and it nearly cost the price of an actual Bentley GT. The inspiration from this came from the fact that his son told him that he wanted a car like his dad. But the truth of the matter is, that has nothing to do with getting $100,000 worth of diamonds encrusted into the car. I'd never personally be able to justify a decision like this, but according to The Game himself on his own Instagram, he's rich. And I honestly think his son probably would have been more thankful if when he turned the legal age to drive, he would have actually had the car, but I'm sure The Game will get him right when the time comes. Someone who tried to get themselves right and just ended up looking like an absolute buffoon was T-Pain when he went out and purchased his own big chain. And that's not me describing the chain, that's quite literally what the chain says. He made this purchase back in 2009, and if you know anything about the early 2000s, you know that everything was big. The jeans were big, the shirts were big, the hats were big, and the chains were big too. So rather than just going out and getting big jewelry, he decided to get jewelry that quite literally said big chain. As if the concept itself already wasn't bad enough, he went and spent $400,000 on this chain, making him look like a big joke. What's an even bigger joke is that you've been watching this video for the last 5 minutes and haven't subbed or smashed the like button yet, so what are you waiting on? Lil Baby wasn't waiting on his son to get any older before he would give him a statement gift. He wanted to do something special for his son Jason as a late birthday, early Christmas present, and to celebrate his new album that was dropping. The average parent might go out and buy their son toy cars or maybe a basketball hoop, something that the child can enjoy and actually play with. But Lil Baby went a completely different route, and he bought his son a Rolex Rolex, and a baby chain. It's rumored that he spent around $50K on these two purchases, and needless to say that Lil Baby's son will be absolutely stunting in the sandbox. Another teenager that was stunting was Diddy's son, Justin Combs, and the reason he was stunting was because Diddy happened to make two expensive purchases for him. He started this off by getting his son a car for his 16th birthday, which is something that a lot of parents do. But a lot of parents are not seen buying their children $360,000 Maybachs as their first car. As if that wasn't enough of a stunt, he turned down, and exactly 1 year later for his 17th birthday, buy him another Maybach, but this time it was a Maybach limousine. I can almost guarantee you that all of his homies would go to him to get the rides, because what a way to stunt on everybody else at school. But that's nowhere near as dumb as the purchase that Just Blaze made to stunt for anybody that walked into his house. You see, it's pretty popular for people to own some sort of gaming console, whether it be an Xbox or a PlayStation. But what's not common is the way that Just Blaze took this route, making his own diamond encrusted PlayStation controller. I guess you could make the case that he's being resourceful because it was for a PlayStation that he would never use again, but the ideology of getting a diamond encrusted PlayStation chain is just pretty corny if you ask me. And not just corny, but also $25,000. And while every purchase that I've gone over so far is so stupid, they have nothing on the stupidest purchase that a rapper has made up to this point. And that stupid purchase was none other than Drizzy Drake buying a necklace with 42 engagement diamond rings on them. The necklace was supposed to symbolize the 42 times that he considered proposing. Now, I understand Drake is a certified lover boy, but considering proposing 42 times is absolutely nuts. The chain all in all took 14 months to build. It has 42 stones that account for 351 carats of diamonds, and on top of all the ice, it was made using 18K white gold. Judging by the fact that he's already thought about proposing 42 times, it wouldn't shock me at all if that necklace got even longer in a few years. Let me know what the dumbest purchase you've ever made is in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in the next video.